For African Liberation Day, we say abolish NATO, US AFRICOM out of Africa now. This May 25th marks 62 years since the founding of the Organization of Africa Unity and the commencement of the Pan-African holiday, African Liberation Day. For masses of African people, this holiday is a reaffirmation and commitment to the total liberation and unification of Africa under the banner of socialism. It is a reminder of the victories and struggles against colonialism, imperialism, and neocolonialism, which continue to intervene in Africa's development towards sovereignty, security, and self-determination today. As many social movements and political organizations prepare to mobilize this month, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization will host its Spring 2025 Paramilitary Assembly in Dayton, Ohio between May 23rd and 26th. This marks 22 years since NATO last hosted a summit in the United States. With NATO's paramilitary assembly falling on African Liberation Day, it's critical to understand how the US, AFRICOM, and NATO relationship towards Africa is defined as one of intervention, regime change, bombing campaigns, resource extraction, and much more. AFRICOM, an imperialist tool for US and NATO hegemony. The starkest example of this expansion has been on the African continent. The US and NATO have sought to utilize the world's second largest continent with a population exceeding 1.5 billion as its breeding ground for a new Cold War against Russia and China. In 2024 meeting of NATO Ministers of Defense, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg paternalistically referred to Africa as its southern neighborhood when expressing concern over Russia and China's growing influence in Africa. AFRICOM's expansion today consists of at least 29 bases across 15 African countries and maintains a presence in about 38 African countries. This military network covers 60% of the nations on the continent. Remember what they did to Libya. Abolish NATO and AFRICOM. Africa for the West has been a relationship of resource extraction, over-exploitation, infantilization, and weaponization for geopolitical interest. As more African nations begin to assert their sovereignty and revitalize the anti-colonial, anti-imperialist spirit of their predecessors, the US and Western Europe become more isolated. African nations are determining their political and economic relationships on the basis of win-win cooperation. Please look this up and read it in its entirety. I'll put a link in the description. Solidarity, comrades.